Hello, lovely people. This is Penge from the Geek Cupboard.
And I am Dave from the Wee Hours.
And this is Talisman. Not that you'd know it from this screen, of course, because there's nothing to actually indicate that it is Talisman. But we are going to be playing a game of Talisman together, which is quite exciting. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Penge. I'm very excited. I have a long history with Talisman, and we'll talk about it. But I am very excited to be playing Talisman with you.
Yeah, you might have to help me out a little bit. I played a little bit. I remember my friend had it. I never owned it. My friend had it, and we used to go around his house, and I swear he used to cheat.
Well,
yes.
As I was saying when we were talking earlier, I Googled when this game came out, and it was 1983, so I have officially been playing this game for 35 years. So I do have a history with it. But let's look at the characters. Let's look at the characters and see what we can do with that. Do you want to take yours first?
Yeah, we might as well. Let's go for it then. So we're not going to leave it as random. We are going to pick someone, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So we get, if I click on it, we get the raft of characters at the top. Then there's some DLC ones. But then I did notice right down at the bottom of the list, there are 3 more that I think we can choose. I don't quite know why. We can pick the Witch Doctor, the Pirate, and the Ninja from the very bottom of the list. Or I certainly can. I don't know if yours is the same.
Mine is the same. And actually, that's new to me. I didn't notice that before. Well,
the other ones I can't pick. But yeah, then we've got 3 more. The Witch Doctor looks very cool. Look at him. Good.
Let me look at him. What are his abilities? Land on the graveyard. You gave him your full complement of spells. That's quite good. That's quite good. Oh, you can discard spirits for a life. Oh, he's quite good, actually. I don't mind him at all. But I'll let you pick first, because you can have the lion's share here, and I can adapt after that. So
okay, well, I played it a little bit yesterday, as we were saying earlier. So I've been through it, so I know all the different stats and things, so I know what they're kind of used for. Just to clarify something, fate is used if you want to re-roll your dice rolls, isn't it?
Correct.
Do you get fate back, or once it's gone, is that it?
You know, I'm not 100% sure I know the correct answer to that question. I want to say yes. I want to say there are events where you can regain fate, but I could be wrong about that, because the PC version is obviously a little different from the actual board game. So I don't 100% know the answer to that question. Is the answer to that question? Okay,
we shall see as we play, I suppose. Yeah. So there's a few people now. I'm kind of thinking, when I played before, I was, as I was saying to you earlier, I got killed in the face. So I was wondering if, or fighty character, should I be like the dwarf? The dwarf looks quite good. Or the troll with his strength of 6. That's quite good, isn't it?
Strength of 6, but only a craft of 1. And you're going to be fighting some spirits and some spooky monsters that are all craft.
Okay. So down the bottom, the ninja looks quite good. The one down the bottom, you can't have any followers, it says, but is that a bad thing?
That's a bad thing.
You're a ninja?
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
You're a ninja.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not do that then. Let's not pick you.
However, the ninja can evade enemies in any region except the inner region, so that is handy. That will help with the no followers thing. Not going to help you in the inner region, but it will help you in other regions. So, yeah, followers are a really, really good thing, but that's also a really good ability that he has.
Okay, so I need to figure out. So do I want to go? I kind of want someone that's balanced then. Sorceress. You begin the game with 1 spell. That sounds quite positive. You attack another character. You may choose to make the attack psychic combat. Ooh, that is
handy. That is very handy. Yep.
You may take 1 follower, except the maiden, unicorn, or princess from any character you land on, and you can beguile people. Oh, I see. You use your charms, right? Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Shall I be her? She seems quite balanced in terms of what she's got.
And your stats are going to change, as you've already known if you've played the game. Your stats are going to go up and down, so you're not married to your stats. They'll change quite frequently, and you could end up with a sorceress who is, a fighty, high strength character. You never know.
But alignment evil, so I need to keep away from. Was it the temple? There's a temple square, isn't there, which I might need to keep away from.
I believe it is the temple, yes. And I'm kind of floating through. So yeah, go sorceress if you want to. And I'm not saying that because I want to win. You're just fine. It's a very balanced character, a very balanced character.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So the minstrel was actually all right. On my trial run, I played the minstrel, and a few animals came up, like a snake and something else, and I was able to just go, fine, because the animals don't necessarily attack you. You can just sort of ignore them and placate them, and they go away, which is good.
And he has a fantastic loot. You can't deny that. So
it's a good and a good pose as well.
It's a it's an excellent pose with his loot. So, yeah, you could definitely look in the minstrel's direction. My only recommendation would be you played the minstrel and died last night. So
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, so there's that. Yeah.
I'm going to go down the sorceress. She looks cool. She's got a nice dress on. I'll go down that route. There we go. So who are you going to be?
I'm just checking out the pirate, actually, because I have not seen him, and I'm kind of curious what he does for a living. I can... If I encounter a stranger, I can press gang them and take them as a follower. Oh, and they add 3 to my strength.
That's quite good.
So, yeah, that's a thing that he does. Oh, and if I roll a 6, I can go right across the river without using a raft, and he's pretty balanced in stats. This is... I might be a pirate. I might be a pirate. I have
to talk like a pirate, though. That's it now. No more normal talking. You have to talk like a pirate.
Can I do sort of 50-50 with an occasional R and then come back to my normal voice? Because he's got a peg leg and a hook arm. So
he has.
Yeah, he's going full on pirate here. He's actually missing the parrot on his shoulder. That is a disappointment, but
maybe you can find one of those as we play.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going pirate. I've never played the pirate before. And what is his alignment? His alignment is evil. I prefer
both evil.
Yeah, I prefer neutral, but I think his abilities more than make up for it. So yeah, I'm going to be a pirate. It's pirate versus sorceress.
There we go. So pirate sorceress has appeared. So I think we have to tick that we are ready, I believe, on the right-hand side.
I am ready.
Now we can start the game. So all the settings are done. We've done all the settings. I think it's regular, isn't it? It's a fairly standard setup of game.
Yep.
So there we go.
Default settings, no house rules, just a very, very standard game of Talisman.
Shall start. And there it is already, look.
Oh, there you are. I can zoom in and out and see you. There you
Okay, yeah. So look, it looks lovely. It looks very cool when you zoom in.
The original artwork.
Are they based on figures? They look like they're actually... The sorceress looks like she's a picture of like a sort of painted miniature.
She is. And they did a series of miniatures, which I used to collect as a 12-year-old boy. I used to have some of these miniatures. But yeah, they are all based on...
Any?
I don't. I don't. I have the original board game and all of the expansions for it, what we would today call DLC. We actually had a physical expansion of a board. But I don't have any more of the miniatures, unfortunately.
Okay, right. I have got to draw a spell, so let's do that. Okay, let me have a look. So, can you see this?
I cannot.
Okay. So I shouldn't really read this out because you'll know what it is.
No, your viewers can see it, but I can't.
Okay, yeah, that's quite interesting. It's got the potential to go either way, but okay, fine. Yep, continue. That's jolly good.
Okay,
and I believe I am first. Okay. So while I do this, do you want to sort of explain loosely the rules of Talisman to people who do not know? Because you'll be able to do it far better than I.
I will do my very best. Thank you. So we are moving around the board and doing stuff, basically fighting creatures and gaining skills and gaining spells and gaining stats. And our end game is to reach, I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in on it, but to reach the center of the board. So there are 3 regions, the outer region, the middle region, and the inner region. In the inner region is the Crown of Command. Our goal is to get to the Crown of Command with a talisman in our inventory, and from there, defeat our opponents. So the first person to reach the Crown of Command basically can do a command spell at his opponents and hopefully defeat them. At the same time, the other opponent is trying to get to the Crown of Command as well to, do the same thing. So the end game is to reach the Crown of Command with a talisman and hopefully knock the other guy out. We'll see how it goes.
And you get the talismans from kind of doing encounters, don't you? So you move around the board, so it's split into tiles. On my screen, you can now see, because I rolled a 5, the bits that I can go to are lit up. And one thing I didn't remember when I actually came back to this was if you roll 5, you have to move 5. You can't move 2. You can't go, well, I want to go to just there. You have to actually move the 5 squares.
That is correct,
so
yes.
Highlights where I can move to. So I might move over. I don't want to go into the inner bit just yet because that looks kind of dangerous at the moment. So let's stick on the outside bit. Let's go over there, I think. Let's go over to those fields. So I get to draw a card. So we draw an adventure card and then something will happen. So we have to see what it is. So there is a goblin.
Oh, yes, I can see the goblin. Yes.
I was going to say, I don't know if you can see that. So a goblin. So I now have to fight the goblin. So here we go. He's laying waste to the area. Laying waste to some fields. You meanie. Okay, right. Encounter on the way. Now, I believe at some point you do get a chance to, if you've got spells or whatever, you can intervene, can't you?
Yes.
At points.
Yes,
You can
absolutely.
do stuff and intervene and either help or hinder, I imagine.
I can, and so can you. Again, I don't know what your spell is, so it could be something that could really hurt me or really help me. So you're fairly well matched up against the goblin, though, so this should be an interesting fight.
Here we go. Let's see how we get on. So roll the dice. Oh, yes,
good
that's
one.
got to be good.
Good one.
That's got to be good.
Yeah, there we go.
1, by the way. That's a 1, everybody. That sort of triangle-y thing. So there we go.
Yes, the triangle thing is, in fact, the talisman that we're all trying to get.
Logo, yes. There we go. Yep, I'll continue from that. Yay! And I win, of course. Good job, Sorceress Lady.
Well done.
And now my turn is done.
All right.
There we go. Sorted.
All right, so here, let's see what's... Oh, just one, really? Well, I will also go to the fields over here. Yes, I want to travel there, please. And what do we have in the fields? A wraith.
Ooh.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is not going to end well. A wraith is wreaking havoc in this area. Yes, I bet he is. Okay, what is
He looks a little bit unfriendly, doesn't he? He doesn't look very nice.
Now, this, unlike your goblin, we're going to be fighting with craft rather than strength. So my craft is not super good.
So that's because he is a magical sort of beastie rather than a
spooky, ghosty kind of thing. Oh, yeah.
Dear. Well, haven't you lost automatically?
Yes, pretty much, yes. All right, well, that's fine. Yeah. We have 4 lives to live, and we can regain lives at a point. The unfortunate part is he will now stay on the board. He will not leave, so that square is now occupied by that wraith, and somebody is going to have to defeat him.
Ah, okay, yes, it stays on. You can see actually just behind you. If we can I zoom in on that tile? There you go. I like the zooming effect, by the way, when you pick a thing and zoom in. That's very nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah, there you go. So it remains on that field's
Yep.
tile.
So somebody's going to have to deal with him at some point. Let's turn it back over to you and see what's up with you.
Just to point out, in the top left, we do have our sort of stats kind of thing. So the purple bit, I believe, is fate, which is to do with your rerolls, isn't it?
It is.
The gold bit is gold, which we can spend gold on. There's like shops and things around the place. There's a village over here, I think. And I think there is a card. It's like a traveling merchant or something, isn't there? I think I saw that yesterday.
There's all sorts of stuff to buy and sell.
2, this red one, well, yours is 4, but the red one is strength. The blue one is, what's that?
Blue is craft. Yep.
And the green one is life. So obviously, yes, your one is red because you have lost a life thus far. Okay, right, let's roll the dice. Let's see where I can go. Another 5. Crikeys. Okay, what's that in the corner? A city. Okay, so I could visit the Enchantress, which is, it's a bit risky, isn't it?
It is a bit.
High roll gets you quite a good thing. Or I can go over here to the graveyard. Evil, replenish fate up to your fate value for free, or pray by rolling 1 die. Ignored, gain 1 fate, gain 1 spell. Well, I'm evil, so I might as well try and gain 1 fate or 1 spell rather than going to the village and going to see the Enchantress and possibly losing strength and stuff, or being turned into a toad, which is fun.
You don't want to be turned into a toad, believe me.
Does that end the game, or do you just play as a toad?
You play as a toad for, I believe, 3 turns. You are stuck as a toad. You can only move 1 square at a time, and it's very, very... You don't want this. Long story short, you don't want to be a toad.
No, but it doesn't sound appealing, does it? Yeah, let's go over to the graveyard. Nice, that's where I started anyway, I believe. And we can pray. It's the only option I've got. Let's see what happens.
Completely ignored. But it does answer...
Utterly ignored.
Utterly ignored. Utterly ignored. They have no interest in you. But it does answer the question about replenishing fate, because you could have replenished your fate here if you had spent some.
Yes, indeed. So I haven't spent it, but yeah, it could have topped it up. Okay, right.
All right.
And end turn, over to you.
All right. Let's do a little better this time, Mr. Pirate. So we've got what? We have the village where I could buy and sell some stuff. I actually only have 1 gold, so that's not really going to work very well. I could visit the Mystic, which has an equal number of chances of going horribly wrong. I certainly don't... Really, there's only 2 good options there. I don't particularly want to come. So let's just go over to these nice hills over here and see what horror is going to pop out of the hills. What do we have? A shadow. Oh, really?
Oh, good.
Really?
You're attracting all the undead beasties this time.
I am, and I'm not good against them. That's not my...
You know what? That card is very nice. That's a very shadowy monster, isn't it? That's quite creepy.
The artwork on the original Talisman game is just wonderful. They really put a lot of effort into it, and it shows. Oh, did I win?
No,
it's a draw. It's a draw. Okay. Yep, stalemate.
Does that mean it stays on the tile?
Yep. But I don't suffer a lost life.
Lose it.
I don't lose anything. So that's fine. It can just stay there. I'm just basically going to litter the board with enemies for you to kill. So.
For me to happen across. Thanks. That's very
problem.
generous of you.
No problem. All right, off you go. End turn, there we go. That's back to...
Just to point out, by the way, to people who might be unfamiliar, and I was a bit confused yesterday as well. This thing here, so this thing at the bottom, you can't see what I'm pointing at, but there's a kind of bridge. You can't really see it. There's a bridge over from the outer ring, if you like, into this middle bit. Now, you over there, Pirate Pete, can't get over because there's no bridges over there, is there? I don't think you can get into this middle bit. You have to go via this bridge at the bottom side, can you? Or do you have to build a raft or something?
Well, you can build a raft. You can use the bridge, but you have to fight the guardian who holds the bridge. But one of the things with pirate is if I roll a 6, I can just automatically cross over because I'm a pirate. You see. So apparently I can magically make a ship out of number 6. So
okay. And there we go. Indeed, that has just happened. So I can either go to there, Sentinel. So the Sentinel guards the bridge. If you're crossing to the middle region, do not... And I say I don't have to necessarily... I don't have to cross, do I? I could just go to that tile and not go across the bridge.
Correct.
Or I could go to the village, but I've not really got any gold, so I'd have to visit the Mystic, and that's probably... Yes, that's... Yeah, it's a bit risky, isn't it? Become good. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go over to the Sentinel. Let's just travel there. I don't want to cross the bridge. Thank you very much. So let's do that.
Oh, there you go. Lovely.
Thank you. And now I can go back to the village and buy something. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you very much. Splendid. And there you go. That was quite successful.
Oh, that was.
So I'm not raising any undead monsters.
I'm raising a lot of undead monsters. I'm not sure why. But yeah. Okay. Any undead monsters? A unicorn, you say? Well, goodness. Wow. Yes, this is why followers are important. That's +1 strength and +1 craft. And I actually always thought the unicorn could only be taken by good or neutral characters, but apparently there's no problem with me taking this. Is that correct?
And does that have a health of 5 as well, by the look of it, on there?
Followers don't really have health, per se. There are places where you can sacrifice followers to the tune of 1 life each.
You can't sacrifice a unicorn.
Oh, watch me do it. It's gonna happen. There's an area up in the inner region here where you are basically going to want to sacrifice followers, and so you want to accumulate as many as you can, and I will take a unicorn out without even breathing hard. So, okay, end that turn.
You're just not bothered. Right, okay, let's roll that dice. 4. So I can either go into the middle, which I still think is probably not a good idea, or I could go to the village, and I've got 2 gold, so I could buy something like a sword or a helmet in order to help me have my strength a little bit. I assume a helmet will give me extra life, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. A sword is going to give me attack, I'm fairly certain.
You would be correct.
And everything else is too expensive. Do you know what? Why not, eh? Let's go over there. Let's do that, shall we?
Now, do bear in mind on your shopping trip that you have only 4 slots in your inventory. So you do not... That's it. You can carry 4 things and nothing else. Unless later on you get a mule, in which case you can carry more stuff then. But choose your inventory wisely.
Okay, right. So does say spells don't count as inventory, do they?
They do not.
Right, okay. So I can only have 4 things. Oh, now you've cast the shadow of doubt.
You can drop things. You can have things and then drop them later if you get overloaded. So.
Oh, okay. So you can put things back down, but
yes.
You can't cash them in, as it were. So if I bought a sword, I can't sell the sword. It'll just be wasted if I drop it.
Yes, and if you drop it, it will stay on the board. So I could theoretically go over and pick it up and take it.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact,
right. I'm going to go over there.
Go over there. There's only a limited amount of ways to actually remove things from the board. There's a couple of spells that will do it, and just picking things up and defeating creatures will do it. But a lot of stuff is just going to stay on the board.
Okay, right. Yeah, let's go to the... I don't like the look of the... Well, I like the look of the card. It looks tremendous. Look at that. That looks great. But in terms of the thing, it's not really... You need to be rolling a 5 or a 6. Becoming good, I suppose, is... one of those things. And become evil is... I already am evil. Yeah. But no, I'm going to buy myself a sword. Why the heck not?
Buy yourself a sword. Go nuts.
Let's go this way. So, right, armor. So there we go. So helmet. If you were defeated in battle and lose a life, roll 1 dice. Roll a 6. The helmet protected you. A 6?
Mm-hmm.
I rather think not.
It's not very good armor.
Sword. Add 1 to your strength during battle. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's go crazy. Yeah, purchase. Ta-da! And it appears on my list up in the corner, and that is my turn. Done.
All right. Let's see what other undead horrors I can summon up from the grave. Now, what is that one? That's the Crags. Okay, that's a bit of a gamble, and there's only a 1 in 6 chance of a really good effect. So no, actually. But my other option is the Tavern. Oh,
I like the first option of the tavern, the first roll. Get drunk and collapse in a corner.
Miss one turn. So, and actually the second option is get tipsy and fight with a farmer. So there's a lot of drinking to be done here. We're drinking and gambling.
You are a pirate.
I am a pirate. You know, it is kind of a natural. Yeah, okay, we're going to go to the tavern. We're going to see what happens in the tavern. We're going to kick the door open with our peg leg and scream "Arr" and see what happens. All right, come on.
See what happens.
That's got to be good. That's got to be good. Yeah, a wizard offers to teleport me to any other space in the region as my next move. That is very handy. That's very handy. I will take that. Thank you very much.
So you could go literally across to the other side of the board if you so wanted.
Yes.
Oh, do you have to do that next turn then?
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, I was going to say you've not moved.
Nope, next turn.
Okay, right. Let's get on with it. 3. We can go back to, what's that? A woods of some sort of woods or plains? Well, either or. It's the same kind of thing. Let's go for a walk in the woods, eh? Why not?
Go for it.
Back that way. Draw an adventure card, a book of spells.
That's good. That's good.
You found it's not just any book of spells, it's the fabled book of spells. You gain your full complement of spells according to your current craft. The book then vanishes to the discard pile. So my current craft is 4. Do I get 3 more spells?
I think you get 1 more. I'm straining my
oh,
third.
Actually, hang on. Yeah. I did write this down.
Oh, good.
Down, so I've got no brain. Yes, if you've got craft of 1 to 2, you get no spells. 3 is 1 spell, and 4 to 5 is 2 spells.
So you should get 1 more
so
spell.
I get an extra spell.
Lovely.
Okay, well, that's no bad thing.
No.
Ta-da. Okay, encounter. Draw a spell. Again, you can't see this.
I can't see that. Your viewers can see it, but I can't.
That's not the most useful of spells. I shall be completely honest. That's not the best, but okay, fine. We'll take it because we got it. There you go.
Take it.
It's not the most useful.
I find with dud spells, and there are some really not so great spells in here. Hang on, where am I going to move? I can go anywhere I want.
Look at that! You've got the whole board.
I'm actually going to go over to the ruins because the ruins is 2 cards. So we're going to draw 2 cards over there. I find the best tactic is get rid of the dud spells as quickly as you can. If they're useless, just use them up to free up a space in your spell inventory, if you will. So what do we got? We got raiders. A band of raiders attacks me and steals all my gold. Well, that's no good. Well, bugger that.
You get to choose, so you get to pick another card if you don't like that one.
No,
you have to deal with that.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh no. This is fine. This is fine actually. I am of evil alignment, so I gain 1 life.
Yes. You get your life back.
Yeah. No, so it's a 2-card square, so I have to encounter both of these. So I've lost all my gold, but I've gained a life. So kind of net zero balance there.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to fight anyone. The raiders literally just
Yep. Walked off with it.
Stuff and then run off.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Walked right off with my gold. Now, that gold is actually up in this desert tile up here, which is, if you're looking at the board on my screen, is the one that I'm circling. But anyway, it's in the middle region. You can actually go get my gold at some point.
Okay.
All right. Off to you again.
Just one quick
Please.
thing. Are you allowed spells as a pirate? You're not a
Yes.
magic-y person.
Doesn't
you are
matter.
allowed spells. Right,
Yep.
okay. So everyone can have spells. Okay.
Yes. So with my 3 craft, I could theoretically get 1 spell at this point.
What's that? So hills or fields? Okay, well, whatever. Again, it's pretty much the same. Let's go to the fields. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that's good.
I'm getting some quite good things. 4 life points are found here. You may bathe in the pool once per visit and take 1 life from the pool to add your own lives. When all 4 have been taken away, the pool of life drains away. So that will remain on that tile then, I assume.
Yes, and you should automatically take 1 life right now. There
we go. So I should go... Yeah, I imagine I'll go up to 5. Yeah, so I've had a little bath, splish about in the pool of life. And now if we land on that, we can come back and get that. Okay, that's quite cool. I like that.
You are drawing some very good draws lately. And actually, that's really the kind of the thing about Talisman, is it's ultimately a game of chance. You can plan all you want, but it comes down to die rolls and card draws, and the worst player in the world can totally win this game. Just playing where I'm going to avoid the wraith that I didn't kill.
You can't go back to that wraith, can you?
No. I'm terrible at wraiths. But the worst player who's never played it before in his life can totally win the game with some good card draws and some good dice rolls. So the gnome, another follower, excellent.
Wow.
Oh, I love the gnome. For his
He looks good.
He's first of all, he's enchanting, and secondly, the need to only roll 1 die when opening the portal of power by craft and 2 dice in the mines. That's very, very important. So hopefully I can hold on to him long enough to get up there. There are multiple ways we can lose followers and get followers killed, so hopefully he'll stay with me long enough to get into the middle region.
I did say that as well. He can evade you. Yeah, he can evade stuff in the hills, it said, didn't it? It said at the bottom.
I'm not disappointed with my followers at all. Unicorn and Gnome, those are two
good, isn't it?
Very good followers. Very good followers.
Okay, right. Let's just have another go. 4. Okay, that takes me on to you, which I don't think I want to do particularly. Yeah, you're quite strong if it comes to a full-on sort of fist fight, because you're a pirate and I'm a lady in a dress with a stick. And I've got a sword, actually. I've got a sword. You're a proper pirate. You've got a peg leg.
I got a peg leg and a hook arm. I
think I'm going to go this way.
You don't have to attack me, by the way. And don't you have a special ability to beguile? Couldn't you come over and beguile me?
Actually, I could do, yes. How do I find out where my special abilities are for me? There's a magnifying glass thing in the corner. Is that it? No, not that. I press the I. So I click my portrait in the corner and then press the information kind of thing.
Oh, yes, I see that there. Yes.
Okay. When I attack another character, you may choose to make the attack psychic combat. Okay. Oh, that could be quite fun.
And I'm no good at psychic combat.
Do. Or you may take 1 follower, except the maiden unicorn. Oh!
Oh, you can't have my unicorn. Darn.
Yeah, let's pick that square. Let's travel. Let's go and see you. Hello. Arr. Encounter space or encounter character. Okay, so I want to encounter you because that sounds fun. So let's encounter you. Hello, dear. Pirate. And I'm gonna take your gnome.
Oh, you took my gnome. Oh, he's so good. The gnome is so handy. Oh,
I've stolen a gnome.
You've stolen a gnome. Penge has stolen my gnome.
You'll have to come and get it off the back of your unicorn or something.
I'm going to charge over on my unicorn with my peg leg and my hook arm and get my gnome back at some point. And actually, with the loss of my gnome, I think that's probably a good place to call it for now, I would think. It's been a very dramatic ending with the loss of my gnome. I'm very sad about this.
I feel a bit bad. You sound very upset. Do you want him back?
The gnome is really good. Honestly, the gnome is one of the better followers. He's not immediately obvious as to why he's so good, but when you're moving into the other regions, he's very, very handy. So I do miss the loss of my gnome, and I will be making every attempt to get him back. And we will see if I can get him back next time. We'll pick it up again then. Until then, I am Dave from the Wee Hours.
And I am Penge from the Geek Cupboard.
This has been Talisman, and we will see you next time.